Welcome to the Lean and Lethal podcast, where weak men come to die and strong men come to thrive. This show is your no BS guide to becoming the strongest version of yourself. We break down the science of fitness, the art of discipline, and the mindset of success, giving you the tools to dominate in every area of life. Whether you're an entrepreneur, a hustler, or just a man who wants more, this podcast will help you build the body, mind, and life you deserve, as fitness is the foundation for freedom. What's going on, guys? I'm Bridger Deaton, and I am thrilled to finally bring this podcast to life. This has been a dream, something I've been thinking of for a long time now, and I can't wait to finally share it with you. I'm an entrepreneur, an athlete, a coach, and somebody who's simply just obsessed with personal development and impact. In this episode, I want to share why I chose to start this podcast, what Lean and Lethal actually means to me, and why I think this community is going to be something special. So first off, I came from a large background of sports, competing in football, track and field, competitive swimming, soccer, basketball, all sorts of sports. That was my life growing up. And when I got into college, I wanted to do physical therapy. And after doing a little bit of job shadowing, I figured that wasn't the path for me. I wanted to have a greater impact than being in a hospital and telling people what to do that were already kind of on the backside of some sort of disease. And I got into sort of bodybuilding myself. My degree was in exercise science, and I started working with a bodybuilding coach on nutrition, learning how to lift because I didn't have football anymore to compete in. So learning how to train, change my body composition. And as I'm learning all this stuff, I'm also seeing all of these other things propagated on social media, all these quick fixes, fat loss pills, supplements, extreme diets, all of this stuff. And I'm learning about the actual science side of it in these nutrition classes, in certifications that I'm taking on my own outside of school. And it became very eye-opening that this was going to be the area that I'm going to be able to have a massive impact on a lot of people to improve their quality of life, prevent disease, improve their confidence, make them better leaders in their family, in their business, in their communities. And that is where this all evolved into, with first off Bridger Deaton Fitness, that being my online coaching business for fitness and health, and then eventually transitioning to the Lean and Lethal project as we know it today. Now, there's a lot of podcasts out there for sure, but I felt like something was missing. There wasn't a whole lot of kind of no nonsense, actionable approaches, cutting out a lot of the fluff and focusing on what really matters. A lot of these podcasts put out some good information, but then you saw them kind of taken over by sponsorships, putting out all these ads for these BS products that I'm sure most of them don't even use, along with not really having a solid community of men who are just constantly striving to become better. And that's truly what this podcast is all about. And what the Lean and Lethal Project is all about is just personal development, becoming better both physically and mentally. And like we said in the intro, fitness is the foundation for freedom in so many areas of life. If we have our fitness dialed in, every other area of life benefits because of that. And a lot of people neglect fitness and health until they don't have their health. And when you don't have your health, that is the only thing that matters. That's the only thing that you can focus on. You'd give up almost everything to get that back, because when we don't have our health, we can't take care of those around us. We can't produce in our job. We can't do the fun things that we want. So without our health, nothing else matters. So what does it mean to be lean and lethal? There's two aspects to it. On the surface side of things, I look at the lean portion of it as your health, living lean, living healthy, building that healthy lifestyle. The lethal side is more the benefits of living that lean, healthy lifestyle and how you can execute in your daily life as a leader, as a father, as a brother, as a spouse, whatever that is. The lethal portion is the execution that comes as a result of you living a lean and healthy life. But being lean is really about simplicity and efficiency. It's about stripping away all of the unnecessary so that you can actually focus on what truly matters to drive results. That's in terms of nutrition, that's in terms of training, that's in terms of your mindset and your productivity in every area of life. So, sum that up again. Being lean is about simplicity and efficiency. Getting rid of all of the unnecessary so that you can simply focus on what truly matters in order to drive results. Sometimes you can look at that as finding what is the minimum effective dose. Now, being lethal is about precision and impact, not just about brute force, white knuckling it through life, through a diet, through whatever it is, in actually making every action count, which also comes through learning skill sets, learning habits that you are choosing and you're in control of your life in every action in order to get these sort of desired outcomes with our health, our physique, whatever that may be. It's not about choosing. I always go back to these restrictive diets where it's not just about choosing some super strict diet, white knuckling it through it, not really being that cognizant of the majority of your decisions and just hammering down on one thing and then going back to your previous habits. Now, when we combine being lean with being lethal, that's when you become an unstoppable human. You're not just busy, you're impactful. And the lifestyle and mindset you're going to build through being lean and being lethal is simply what this is all about. So, each week, we're going to dive into strategies, tools, mindsets that help you work smarter, not just harder. We're going to talk about training, nutrition, mindset, leadership, and a whole lot more. Some of it will just be guy to guy talks, talking about life, breaking things down, and all of this will be through the lens of being lean and lethal, like I just described. Now, some episodes are going to be myself talking about research that I read, personal experiences I've had working with clients, and other episodes I'll bring on guests that I know will drive far more value in a certain area and will bring a whole lot to the table for both myself to learn from these guests as well as you guys. They're going to bring a whole lot of value from both their knowledge and their experiences. And this isn't just going to be a podcast. This is a community. I want this to be a space where we can all learn, all grow, and push each other towards our true potential. So I want to help you guys grow, get value. The guests that we bring on are going to help me and you. And I want you guys to spit back, help me learn, help guide kind of where we want to take this thing at the end of the day too. So if this stuff that I've talked about so far resonates with you, then hit that subscribe button, share this little intro episode with somebody that you believe will benefit from what we have to come. And let's build something incredible here together as a rising tide truly lifts all boats. So on the next episode, which will officially be the first episode, we're going to dive into flexible dieting because I believe that is the kind of foundational skill that every man needs to have. We all have a basic financial skill or financial knowledge, and I think we all need to have that foundational nutritional knowledge as well in order to thrive in life. So many people aren't thinking about life and issues as skill development, and that's really all it is. If you can't do something yet, it's simply a lack of skills. And I think along with a basic financial knowledge. We need to have basic nutrition knowledge in order to thrive in life. So be subscribed. Make sure you don't miss that. May even be out already. And remember that being lean and lethal isn't about perfection. It's about progress. So let's take this journey together. Let's make every day count. Stay lean, stay lethal, and we'll see you on the next episode. I'm excited to have you here.